Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and we're going to continue with the civil rights movement portion of our Black History Month coverage, and we're going to discuss Behind the Movement, the Rosa Parks Story, starring Meta Golding, Roger Smith, Isaiah Washington, Al Mitchell, LaShawn Clay, Loretta Devine, Derek Roberts, Murray Gray, and Antoine Mills. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. As I said in the introduction, we're going to keep going with our civil rights movement portion of Black History Month. And today, we're going to discuss Behind the Movement, the Rosa Parks Story. Yesterday, we discussed Selma, the story of the march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, with Martin Luther King Jr. Tomorrow, we have Malcolm X. Today is Rosa Parks. And our movie opens in Montgomery, Alabama, in the year 1955, as a woman finds a black man hung from a tree in her yard. We then meet Rosa Parks, a seamstress for the Montgomery Fair department store. Rosa, on the heels of the murder of Emmett Till, goes to visit Fred Gray, an NAACP lawyer. One evening, while riding the bus home from work, Rosa and some of the other black passengers are asked to relinquish the seats and move to the back of the bus for the white passengers who are trying to board. Rosa refuses, as she is already sitting in the designated black section, resulting in the police being called and her being placed under arrest. When she arrives at the Montgomery jail, Rosa is placed into a holding cell and denied her constitutional right to a phone call. When Rosa finally gets to make her phone call, she contacts her husband, Raymond. Raymond, in turn, calls E.D. Nixon, and then a chain of events occur, leading to her release from jail. When Rosa returns home, a meeting is held regarding the possibility of Rosa leading a bus boycott. At Alabama State College, Joanne Robinson and some of her friends go on to create pamphlets to distribute to the Negro community in order to assist with spreading the information about their boycott efforts. With 3 days before the boycott, which just so happens to be occurring on the same day as Rosa's trial, Joanne and her team begin to distribute the pamphlets. As the troops begin to rally people to the cause, including Charles Langford and the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., others resist to assist in fighting for the cause. The committee is able to set up carpools and convince the black-owned taxi companies to charge only 10 cents a ride on the day of the boycott, the same cost as a bus fare. On the day of the boycott and Rosa's trial, Rosa is found guilty and fined $10 for her defiance. Despite her failure in court, that event helped to launch the civil rights movement, and our movie comes to its end. I thought this was a well-told story. It was either a made-for-TV movie or a straight-to-DVD movie. I actually found this at Dollar Tree for $1.25 on Blu-ray. It kind of holds up as a $1.25 movie with its production and everything. I mean, it's not going to be as high quality as a theatrical blockbuster like Selma or Malcolm X. But for what it was, whether it was made for TV or straight to DVD, I felt like it was really well done. I felt like Meta Golding as Rosa did an amazing job. I feel like the other players were well suited in their roles. And I feel like it got the message about that defining moment out there. You know, again, I know I've said this quite a few times over the course of the Black History Month portion. We read about Rosa Parks. And while movies are dramatized because we don't know what happened behind closed doors, really, to get a kind of sense and to kind of humanize the people in these stories and get an idea of what they may or may not have been dealing with in their lives on a consistent basis leading up to these movements and these moments, I think is a great thing that a lot of Hollywood has done. Again, some of it is complete and utter bull, some of it is the truth. And then there's that middle ground where, oh, well, we kind of heard about this, so here's how we think that happened, you know? And it's all fodder to help the story grow, but the way it helps to fuel the story, I think, is where it really does some justice here. I did enjoy this film, but I didn't enjoy it on the level that I enjoyed some of the other films we've discussed this month. When it comes to Behind the Movement, the Rosa Parks Story, I give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. I feel like if this had been done on a bigger budget and more theatrical release, I feel like it would have been better and probably would have gotten a higher score from me. It's also the type of thing that if I watch it more and more, I may get more embedded in the story, and therefore my rating will go higher. But as it stands right now, first viewing ever of this Dollar Tree movie, 2.5 out of 5 stars. What do you guys think? Those of you that have seen Behind the Movement, the Rosa Parks Story. Let me know if you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. But let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another edition of Renegades Reviews. And we're going to wrap up the civil rights movement portion of Black History Month. We're going to discuss Malcolm X, starring Denzel Washington, Angela Bassett, Albert Hall, Al Freeman Jr., Delroy Lindo, Spike Lee, Teresa Randall, Kate Vernon, Christopher Plummer, and Giancarlo Esposito. And then later on this evening, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, as well as the Jeff Meacham Network and across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media, it's time for our traditional Saturday shenanigans of open mic night. Myself, the simple man Noah Foster, the West Coast Professor Jeff Meacham, the He-Man James Hebert, and whoever else decides to step through those doors and up to the microphone will be on the air discussing the week in professional wrestling. And then tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, it'll be a special Sunday edition of Renegades Reviews. We are not going to do new release Saturday. Instead, it'll be new release Sunday as we discuss Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, starring Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Jonathan Majors, Catherine Newton, Katie O'Brien, Bill Murray, Michelle Pfeiffer, Corey Stoll, and Michael Douglas. You don't want to miss out on any of that content right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, on the Jeff Meacham Network, across the Jeff Meacham Network multiverse of media. We've got Malcolm X, we've got Open Mic Night, we've got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. We have one more movie on Monday for Black History Month, and then come Wednesday, we open the doors to a brand new theme. So you don't want to miss out on any of that coverage. Therefore, make sure you smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of the civil rights movements, fans of Rosa Parks, fans of these type of biopics, anybody that you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to boost up my visibility in YouTube's algorithms so I can eventually get monetized and make some money off of this hard work I've been putting into this channel over the last 2 years. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me and tuned in today. It means so much more to me than you'll ever know. And I will see you guys next time.